All right, welcome back to the DM and Friends. I am DM Angelo, and I'm going to continue my series on how to be a better dungeon master. And today I'm talking about something that I think that gets wildly mishandled at a lot of tables, and that is hirelings and henchmen. And no, they are not disposable meat shields. They are not extra hit points. They are not walking inventory slots. If you run them that way, then you're doing it wrong, and you're robbing your game of tension, realism, and consequence. So why hirelings exist in the first place? In old school D&D, hirelings exist because the world is dangerous. Dungeons are big, parties are fragile, and going in with 4 people in a dream usually gets you killed. So hirelings are there to carry gear, watch your back, hold torches, guard exits, and sometimes fight. Sometimes. They are support, not cannon fodder. So the fastest way to ruin hirelings, let me tell you the quickest way that I've seen this ruin a system. They let players treat hirelings as expendable. Send the torchbearer in first, or have the porter trigger the trap. Who cares? He's just an NPC, The moment you allow that, 3 things are going to happen. So one is the world's going to stop feeling real. Loyalty is going to, become meaningless. And number 3, players are going to stop caring about consequences. And once that happens, the system's going to collapse. Because hirelings are people, not equipment. And here's the kind of the mindset shift. Hirelings are people with self-preservation instincts, and they have fear, they have expectations, they have limits, and they also have options. And they are not brave adventurers. We're talking about hirelings. They did not sign up to die in a hole for 10 gold. If your players forget that, the world needs to remind them. And so I want to shift a little bit to loyalty. I did a video on loyalty, and hopefully I'll put it up in the top up here. But I talked about loyalty and how you should use it. But loyalty for your hirelings is not automatic. And this is where a lot of DMs get lazy. Loyalty is not permanent, number one, and it is not guaranteed. And it is not a background stat that you ignore. Loyalty changes, based on, several things, and, how they're treated, how dangerous things get, whether promises are kept or not, and whether they survive. Treat them well. You know what I mean? And your loyalty is going to increase for them. Use it recklessly, and loyalty is going to drop. It's common, kind of back and forth there. That's not punishment. That's cause and effect. So morale is another thing that I talked about, and I don't know if I'll put a couple videos up on the top here, but there's something that players forget. Like, hirelings don't fight to the death. They're going to break, they're going to panic, and they're going to run. And that's where morale is going to come in. If a fight's going to turn ugly, hirelings should hesitate. If someone drops next to them, they should reconsider, their options. If things feel hopeless, they're going to bail. That's not betrayal, that's realism. So let's now talk about henchmen. So henchmen are different, and this matters because henchmen are not the same as hirelings. So henchmen have class levels. They expect a share of the treasure. They expect respect, and they expect advancement. They are closer to like a junior party member than employees, which means that they have ambitions. They remember, key moments, slights, and they will leave if treated like tools. And if players are going to forget that kind of stuff, the campaign should teach them. Talking about consequences a little bit, like here's a key idea to keep in mind as a DM. Hirelings and henchmen exist to teach consequences safely. You could use that as a tool. If players overextend, ignore morale, push too far, the first thing that they will lose isn't their character. They'll lose support. Okay, and that's what the hirelings especially are there for. And suddenly the dungeon's going to feel a lot scarier. So that's a good design. So kind of instill that in your players if you can. So how I run it at my table, here is my practical approach. I track loyalty. I have it as a stat for every single NPC that is associated with the group, and I have it and I track it loosely, but obsessively. If something changes, I will kind of go back and make the mod for it. It's super simple and easy to do. And like I said, I'll put a link in the video here, but, and when a situation comes up, I do roll morale, when things turn bad. And I let the dice tell the story on that. And I also let hirelings speak up. They're not just a dumb silhouette in the background. I have them interact with the group. I think that's very key, and kind of put yourself in their place, how they would speak up, if they would or they wouldn't, and when they would. And then I also let them refuse unreasonable orders. That's, you got to kind of, I know this is a fantasy game, but in a kind of a realistic point of this is, what would that person do? I mean, what would people do? So kind of put it in your mind that way. If a player says, go open that door, it might be trapped, I might respond as a hireling, sir, that wasn't our agreement, why am I here? That alone is going to change your player's behavior. So that's what I mean by that kind of consequences and kind of behavior shift. So one thing that I think is very key too is that hirelings are going to remember everything. This is important. Hirelings will remember things like who did they get paid on time? Who protected them in the group? Who abandoned them? Who's treating them a certain way? Who lied? If one survives mistreatment, and escapes, that person becomes, a rumor. So think of, a hireling that actually flees, he might spread certain rumors about the group or situations and things like that. So that's a kind of an interesting thing. And that could be a warning, or that could be, a reputation shift. The world's going to talk. So always kind of think of that if you can. So why I think that this kind of idea that I'm bringing up makes the game better. When you run hirelings correctly, players are going to plan more carefully. They are going to retreat and make retreat more meaningful. Leadership is going to matter in the group, and alliances, and the world's going to feel a lot, more real at your table. So, suddenly those choices are going to have a lot more weight, and that's the whole point of old school play. All right, you guys. Well, my final thought on hirelings and henchmen is that they are not disposable. Don't play them like there's some disposable, Kleenex. They are mirrors of player behavior. They are pressure valves for difficulty, and messengers of consequence. Treat them like people. And your campaign instantly is going to get sharper, darker, and more believable. All right, that's my take. If you've got a great hireling story, good or bad, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you about your stories. I love the stories, guys. I love the comments. Please also remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. and more is coming, and I really appreciate all the support that I've been given, and all the feedback has been super awesome. So yeah, like, subscribe, and share, and tell everybody you can. And this has been a lot of fun. All right, you guys, until next time, take care. Game on. Bye-bye.